Welcome to episode 6. So, in our previous episodes, we were dropped off at American Point. We traveled across Lake Saginaw into Cache Bay to the ranger station. From the ranger station, across Cache Bay, down this channel to the Silver Falls Portage, which is where we are right now. So, from the end of the Silver Falls Portage, we're going to travel across this little passage of water, and we're going to have some trouble right here. This is fast water coming out here, and we have a little bit of a problem as we're passing this point. The water pushes us up against the bank, and that makes for some excitement. After we get through that, we're going to come around this bend and we're going to move up this channel, and I'll have the video going at various sections of this so you can take a look at this land and see what this looks like. At one point, I believe it was right about here, we saw an eagle up in a tree, but I couldn't pick it up on the camera, but I do point it out. And we continue along this path here, and it will take us about an hour to get to our next portage, which unfortunately is called Dead Man's Portage. Nonetheless, that's our next portage, and this is a little bit of a circuitous path because we got a little confused as to where the portage was, but eventually we found it. We got into this little channel, which gets us to the beginning of the portage, and then we'll make about 3 trips across this portage to get our gear over to this end, and from there we'll take off for the next portage, and I'll explain that after we go through this video.
Raise that up a little. There we go. Yeah, that's maybe we can get close. Well, what he's saying is hug that far shore where he is, because you don't want to get in that current because it could tip you. Okay. That's what he was getting at. You don't really appreciate the current until you're in it and it's flipping you. And then you go, huh, that's a pretty strong current.
You know a thing or two about it? Is that what happens though? You just get locked into that current and...
Yeah, well, all you got to do is get broadside of a current and it'll pull the boat under, and once it catches the lip, that's what happened to me and Sean.
Okay. Oh, you guys went in there?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's up ahead, but we got sideways to the current, and that was not a good thing. So by hugging this side here, we're just going to follow the current where the current wants to take us, which is alongside this shoreline here. Yeah, push off. Oh. I don't know if I don't think we punctured it, but there's a sharp rock hit it. As soon as we get through here, we'll assess the damage. There's no water coming in. I don't know if we do or don't. I think it hit it right on the cross brace. Now you get appreciation of how current. Hey, would you guys look at the side of the boat here? We hit there's like a sharp corner of a rock hanging out on this side.
Yeah. Okay, we'll go up for you guys. You guys wanna let you go past?
All right, we'll go past you then. I don't remember that last year being so nasty.
Yeah, I think the water's higher. Yeah, I think so. From the last time we were here. It was pretty concerned.
Okay, let's let these guys come up and just have a look-see. It's right about here. You see anything?
No, I see some scuff marks, but
okay, maybe
see a hole.
it made a harangue, so I was.
Yeah, I can see the stuff on front.
It's just a scratch.
Might be look good. Yeah, let's go a little closer. Right here.
Well, we definitely approached that one wrong. We got way too close to the shoreline there, but luckily we didn't really damage it. We scraped it pretty good, but that was it.
There goes our security deposit.
Okay.
Did you get that on camera?
I think I did.
Good.
Hey, they got rock face over there. That is flippin' cool.
Okay, well, it looks like I probably need to send an apology out to Grant's mom, Deb. Apparently, she spent a lot of time looking for Bigfoot in episode 4. So sorry about that, Deb. It was just a joke, but if you like, I have hidden a Bigfoot along the shorelines on this journey. And seriously, it's there. You can look along the path and hopefully you will find it. So, at Grant's expense here, we're going to have ourselves a little paddling lesson. So, if you look at the tips of the paddles, you'll notice that it has a very generous curve on the top of the paddle, the way he has it oriented there. That should be the bottom. So right now, technically, yes, he has the paddles upside down. He's not taking advantage of the larger portion on the bottom, but it's okay. It's still adequate. He's able to get a lot of energy transfer. It's just not quite as efficient as it would have been, I suppose, if he would have had the paddle right side up. Anyways, we forgive you, Grant. No problem.
But I don't remember Silver Falls being so aggressive. I don't remember that pushing us across like that. Up in the tree to our right is a bald eagle. Not sure if the camera can make it out. But he's up there. You can kind of see him in the distance. See if that comes out. I don't know. Your dad will like hearing that. How much longer before we're there, Dad? Now that looks like a nice little campsite right there. Have some sausage and cheese. Yeah. We can tell some stories and 1,000 paddle strokes. Right. But not really lost. We're just trying to find a specific entryway. Yeah. How come he's still going that way?
Because he has a lot of confidence in himself.
He's overconfident? Is that what you're saying?
Can't accept that he's wrong.
This looks like it doesn't go anywhere, but it might. Can you see around the corner? I hear a waterfall over here. Oh, what are you thinking? I could look on my GPS. I'll take a look on mine, see what it's saying to me. Andy's on the path that I've got.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Must be that way?
All right, we're coming up to the second portage. Took a little bit to find, but we found it.
We found it.
Now we get to go from working our arms to working everything.
Don't take the high side of the rock wall. Even though it's usually better to take the high road, take the high side.
Is this the one with the massive boulder in the center? Is that what you're talking about?
So, something along those lines.
There's a slippery rock that a lot of us took a big dump on last time we come across this portage.
Josh, would you come and carry me out? Uppy, uppy, come on.
I don't know. Maybe it's more built for that truck.
That's what my daughter Natasha would always say. Uppy, 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 uppy. All right.
Yeah, it's some nasty sludge.
Are we having fun now?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this is called Dead Man's Portage, unfortunately.
What?
The name of this portage is Dead Man's Portage.
Is it? Oh boy. Are you trying to make a bad joke?
I'm not trying to make it bad,
Oh.
ask Andy, but I'm pretty sure the second portage is called Dead Man's Portage.
Oh.
I know, I am not that sick.
Only we can maybe. That's probably what's going to get some water in here. Okay.
I'm not sure I'm ready for this.
Take your time, Don. We gotta pivot this out of there.
typically with each portage, you get faster and faster at this because all of the packs go back in the same spot each time. And so you can kind of see on the first and second portage here, Grant's kind of, let's see, well, where does this go? But by the time we're coming back, everybody's going like mad because they know exactly which packs go in which canoes and which packs go where, and it gets a lot faster.
All right, Grant, you want to try doing a canoe or you want me to do it?
I'm going to canoe.
Yeah. That's it's not bad. It's not that it's heavy, it's that it's awkward.
Yeah.
Canoe, it would not be fun taking the wrong way.
Okay, where did we go back in here? Is it...
What's up?
Where did we go back in here?
I tried going on my own last time and I got off immediately.
That's right.
Started heading towards the water. How we doing?
You want to twirl that clamp?
They like gave us
Thankfully, this is going to be a pretty short portage. It's not too bad. Just a bit of a ankle twister.
there's no getting
Is it still recording?
Okay, we got portage number 2 loaded up with a pack. Got Grant carrying the canoe. So his first attempt with a canoe. Oh, nice short one, huh?
The high side's pretty dry.
Hey, say hi to the camera.
You know, I know everybody thinks that this Bigfoot thing's a big fake and all that, but I still can't help but to think, how cool would that be?
When you get in here, you can kind of see how you could twist an ankle. Lickety split on roots and rocks and mud and everything else.
That's why I chose my pair of boots that I have. I got good sole arch support, good ankle support, and they drain well, and they're light.
Okay, Garmin, stop recording. Okay, this is the slippery rock. I remember this one.
The last trip, this was wet because of rain, and I slipped hard and went down with full pack on my
There we
hip.
go. We'll work our way across. And down. There we go. Smooth as silk. What's the matter, Burkles? Your legs are getting tired? Shit, after all that preparing and exercise? I'm not even sweating. I'm not even breathing hard. Oh, come on. Up the rock you go. Up. Down the rock you go. Come on, get back there, guys. Get more of my stuff.
No taking naps. Come back a little bit.
All right, heavy pack, no doubt. The legs are holding up. Careful of the back pieces there, Grant.
yeah, so
Just help him flip it over.
so we're going to the left. fingertips and brace yourself. Brace. Okay, now you're good. Yeah.
Oh man. Dude, that was awesome, huh?
Not too bad.
That's good.
These are some nice.
You did a good job.
Yeah.
You are officially the canoe carrier.
Oh no. That's exciting.
Well, that brings us to the end of episode 6. Join us for episode 7 when we'll carry on from Portage 2 down the Maline River through a series of additional waterfalls all the way to Wet Lake.